But our branch is very special in the sense we have the same blood runs through all the branches, which means like we don't have local team or local faculty. We have the same faculty which is there teaching in Delhi, Indore for that matter, or Bhopal for that matter, or any other city, you can say Bangalore or Delhi. The same faculty goes around to all. So while it is a branch located in Hyderabad, but we have the same teacher, same flavor, same methodology, same Dr. Khan sitting in Hyderabad.
ओके एक्चुअली इतना देर क्यों किया है सर आपने हैदराबाद में ब्रांच रखने के लिए?
हैदराबाद मेरे दिल के बहुत करीब था और बहुत सारे बच्चे हैदराबाद से पहले वहीं आ जाते थे
जी।
और अगर मैं आपको बताऊं एक सीक्रेट, शायद आपको कुछ लोगों को नहीं पता होगी ये बात, आईएएस की कोचिंग का इन्वेंशन हैदराबाद में हुआ था. यू मे बी नोइंग Dr. S. Rao.
Yes, sir.
I feel so privileged to have taught with him for 5 years, 1992 से 1997 तक. He was the one who invented coaching in IAS and he was from लकड़ी के पुल area.
Okay.
तो उन्होंने 1953 में ऐसा कुछ उन्होंने इन्वेंट किया था. And then this city was always very very close to my heart. देर आए दुरुस्त आए आ गए.
तो कब तेलुगु सिखाने वाले हैं सर?
I would be very happy to learn. फिलहाल I am busy eating or enjoying the cuisine of this place. यहाँ का खाने से भी टाइम नहीं बचा है मेरे को कि नया लैंग्वेज सीखे. I think I would love to learn this.
From last 30 years, you're in teaching profession, sir.
I say 30 years. It's actually longer than 30 years.
Achha,
so
okay.
I said like 30 plus years. So that's how I say.
Right. Which subject you teach, sir?
General studies is not a subject, but I, over the period of time, have been teaching different facets of general studies. Like I started with Indian economy, then I went into Indian polity, then I started teaching essay writing, then technology. That time we had statistics, I started teaching statistics, and I have my master's in geography and my PhD in developmental economics of sustainable development. So I am a confused person. These days, I teach students about how to write answers. Actually, there are two things. I must tell you, Anjali, that one thing is your knowledge. जानकारी कितनी है आपको. The second thing is how you expressing it.
Exactly.
And a lot of people have information, but then they're not able
They
to.
don't know how to present this.
Yes.
Exactly.
So
Presentation that doesn't.
That's where I thought that I should concentrate more. So I'm focused with a big team of KAG on mentoring students how to express themselves so that they cater to the demand of the question. जो मांगा गया है वो दें, क्योंकि लोग लिखते हैं, आंसर नहीं करते. But you get marks for answering, not writing.
Exactly.
And there's a humongous gap that exists between writing and answering. I am nowadays working at that level.
Just 3 months ఉంది ప్రిలిమ్స్ కి. ఈ 3 months ని వాళ్ళు ఎలా సెగ్రిగేట్ చేసుకోవాలి ఫర్ ప్రిలిమ్స్ అండ్ మెయిన్స్?
I think now the time has come that they should focus on prelims more. In fact, I'll ask your audience to go for a particular strategy. Now we are in the month of February. Early February.
Yes, sir.
I would imagine that they should block 5 hours a day, any 5 hours. And then whatever they are doing for remaining, whatever part of the 24 hours, let them do whatever they are doing. In 5 hours, they should make a bespoke plan for their own selves. Mostly, what I find is that a lot of students sleepwalk through the PT and they have a list of books which never ends. Like tick box, tick box, tick box, tick box, tick box, without knowing what is where I lack. So what I would like them to do is that they should pick up questions from any source and then try solving them. And when they are not in a position to solve some question, they just take a note of it कि ये मुझसे नहीं बना. Second thing which I would expect is that they keep working towards that, and if they find the same area from where they could not do the question, write that down, that second time I'm meeting this and I'm not able to do it. Then still don't worry. Keep practicing, and then you find third time that, well, this question has come third time and I could not do it in the first 2 instances. Now there is a pattern which has been created. What I mean by pattern is that this is one area from where lots of questions are being asked. That's why third time you met. And I am not able to do, that means I am also having a difficulty in this area. So once you confirm this warp and weft, ये ताना बाना एक pattern बन गया, for those patterned area, you should start working on. And then you should, in that 5 hours I'm talking about, which in the month of March will become 6 hours, in the month of April it becomes 7 hours, and then in the month of May everything will be only this. So you diagnose yourself that where is my pattern of weakness? Not the stray question. A lot of students, what they do, they go for book list, they go for any stray question, they spend half the day. No, patterned. This is one area from where I am not able to solve the question. This is one area where plenty of questions have been coming. Once it is confirmed, you just pick up those areas and learn them by heart and give about 2 hours, 3 hours, 3.5 hours into that, because diagnosis will take about half an hour, only half an hour.
Yes.
And then they should, in remaining 1 hour, revise whatever they have memorized. So I would like you to advise your audience to pattern their own weaknesses, diagnose them, memorize them and revise them. DMR. Diagnose, memorize, revise. And try and do 10,000 question by the time they go for the PT. 10,000 question means it's an MRI done. कहीं भी कोई भी दिक्कत होगा, any small spot of difficulty,
कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम हो दिखाएगा,
they would be able to find it out.
सर చాలా మందికి తెలియదు ఏంటంటే how to do the revision.
Revision normally लोगों का बड़ा confusion होता है, and it's probably the most boring part of preparation. Revision मतलब कि एक बार पढ़ाई किया, फिर दूसरी बार पढ़ाई करेंगे, फिर तीसरी बार पढ़ाई करेंगे. After some time it starts smelling. नहीं पढ़ना है, कितना पढ़ेंगे, बहुत पढ़ लिया इसको. So that's not something which I would be advising them to do. In fact, revision always should be exciting. I'll tell you a technique, Anjali, कि इसको कैसे इसको exciting revision करते हैं. A demand-driven revision is something which I'm asking you to follow. Demand-driven revision कैसे होगा? जैसे आप एक बार पढ़ लिया, 2 बार पढ़ लिया, 3 बार पढ़ लिया, you are revisiting. Revisitation is not revision.
Right.
उसके बाद क्या करो? You teach that thing to somebody. Or if you're teaching to somebody that thing, your mind would know कि अरे I am not able to recall, याद नहीं आया मेरे को. A demand is generated.
Yes.
Go back and read that part only. So 5 बार 6 बार लगातार you reading and reading, it gets very boring. Second type of technique for generating demand is doing the question. And when doing the question, you always thought, hey, I remembered this, but ये तो question नहीं बन रहा मुझसे. The demand is generated. Then again you go back and study. So if you're revising it not as revisitation, but revision is like retrieval revision, trying to pull out of your mind, it's not coming out, you know what is not coming out. What is not coming out is the point where you're going to hit, and then that's the revision which really is truthful.